Joining us now from Washington is former CIA case officer and professional vetter Kent Clizbe. His specialty is counterterrorism and Islamic extremism. Welcome to Newsmax TV, Kent.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Well, Kent, there's even more unrest in the Mideast today. Coming into the Newsmax newsroom are reports of unrest in Syria and more protests in Yemen. What insight do you have into the opposition forces behind the scenes and how the Muslim Brotherhood may be fueling the dissent in North Africa and in the Middle East?
Well, I think it's pretty clear, Kathleen, that the Muslim Brotherhood is, if not behind a lot of the tensions and rioting and revolutions there, they have set themselves up to be in the position to take advantage of the unrest there.
Now, in a recent article that you wrote, you compared the wave of unrest spreading across the Arab world to the Russian Revolution. Where does this parallel suggest the turmoil is headed next, and what are the consequences for the West?
Well, in my analysis, comparing the Bolsheviks to the Muslim Brotherhood, what I see happening is that the Muslim Brotherhood will sit back, work behind the scene, keep themselves within striking distance of power, allow things, maybe go through some elections, allow different groups to be fronts for them, and then once things break down, it may be a matter of months, it may be a matter of years, the Muslim Brotherhood will be in a position to step in and take over. But they want to use us to help them. Again, much like the Bolsheviks did in the Russian Revolution, they used us, used the West, used American money, used American forces, used American personnel to advance their revolution. And the Muslim Brotherhood will do the same thing. And the Obama administration is falling right into that trap.
I wanted to ask you, what is your assessment of the Obama administration's response to all of this unrest in the Mideast? And should the United States have done a better job of vetting the Libyan rebels before jumping in to support them?
Oh my heavens, yes. Incompetent at best, subversive at worst. They are working on little information and a lot of ideology. They are not, the Obama administration is doing exactly what they criticized. All the members of the Obama administration criticized the Bush administration throughout Iraq, throughout Afghanistan when the Obama administration was not in power. They were constantly criticizing the Bush administration's handling of those wars. They are doing what they criticized the Bush administration for 100 times over. They don't know who they're dealing with. They don't have a plan. They don't have an entry plan. They don't have an exit plan. There's no, the strategy doesn't seem to be anything more than hope and change.
Now, Kent, you've worked as a professional vetter and as a CIA case officer dealing with people of dubious or questionable backgrounds. Recently, President Obama's country of background came into question again when Donald Trump raised the issue about whether the president was born in the U.S. and is thus qualified to be president. Based on what you know and your analysis of the president, is Trump right to be concerned?
I think all Americans are right to be concerned. I think that there's a constitutional mandate that lays out exactly what the qualifications of any candidate for president are. I don't, in the past, the press has served as the vetters for these issues. I think the press fell down and did not carry out its traditional role as vetting. President Obama needs to be vetted. What exactly is in his background? Who knows? I don't know, but he has not been vetted. I think the birth certificate is just one tiny issue in a much larger vetting question.
Kent, your upcoming book, Willing Accomplices, explores how the KGB used covert influence to destroy American exceptionalism and create political correctness and progressive politics. Do you see elements of the KGB's influence from decades ago in President Obama's policies today?
Absolutely, definitely. However, let me preface that by saying that I don't believe, and there's no evidence that President Obama is controlled by the KGB. As you said, the whole political philosophy of political correctness was created by the KGB, a covert influence campaign that they began in the 1920s under Lenin, and their goal was to destroy American exceptionalism, and they did that very well. They infiltrated American media, academia and education, and Hollywood, and their payload, the covert influence message that they put into those transmission belts of American culture was that America was a racist, sexist, foreigner-hating, insanely bad country. And if you look at President Obama and his party, that is pretty much the basis of their political philosophy, is boil it down to words that my kids would understand: America sucks.
All right, Kent Clizbe, thanks so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your insight.
Thanks a lot, Kathleen.